Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and you're watching the Review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. And today we're talking about Mortal Kombat, the movie, and I gotta say I'm glad I got to see it in theaters. I know it was really pushing it there. I almost missed my chance, but I didn't want to do the whole, what's it called, HBO Max or whatever the fuck they're using to stream it. I wanted the real movie theater experience. In fact, me and the gnome, we made a whole day out of it. We went to Hot Topic. Our original plan was to get some cool Mortal Kombat movie shirts to, show up for the thumbnail next to the movie poster and all that, like we usually do. But no, we got some cool anime swag. I guess we waited too long. There was no more, because I'm sure it would have had some Mortal Kombat like merchandise. I'm sure they would have done that, but I guess it was too late for us. But hey, I got a cool Yu Yu Hakusho shirt. I had not expecting anything related to Yu Yu Hakusho. That's pretty cool. And I got her a Bleach shirt, so that's pretty cool. We got some cool anime swag there. And I got this Wonder Woman cup based on a new movie that I heard was not really that good, so I'm not really in a big rush to review it, but whenever I see it, I'll review it later on, I guess. So, on to the movie. Big spoilers here and there. And what can I say? When I first saw the trailer, despite all the real cool Sub-Zero and Scorpion action, that's what everyone was talking about really, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, the trailer already gave me like a bad taste in my mouth, and everybody was arguing me back and forth. I was talking here and there, but I saw it, Ricky Rock saw it. In fact, he actually saw the movie ahead of time, and he told me, he confirmed my fears without spoiling too much of the movie. But just based on the trailer, we got this made-up character named Cole that is nowhere in the game. You got like a game that got like a history of 50, 60 characters, and you got a made-up OC here. And like I can already tell by the trailer how they're kind of sort of explaining to him the history of Mortal Kombat and all that shit. I kind of got the idea that, oh, he's going to be the main character. He's going to be, the main dude. And it's going to be kind of like Resident Evil with Alice. That Alice is more competent and more powerful than, Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield and Claire Redfield and all them. Like the people from the actual Resident Evil games. So I'm like, oh, great. So now Cole is going to probably be more badass than the actual Mortal Kombat characters from the games. And, yeah, I was kind of right there, as we'll get to those points. So anyways, the movie itself starts off in 16th century Japan, where we got Hanzo and his family, and whenever Hanzo leaves to do, like, stuff with, I guess, fetch some water or whatever, the Lin Kuei come to attack and kill all of his family and all his friends and whatever. But during the attack, the wife was smart enough to hide their youngest child under some floorboards and stuff like that. So Sub-Zero shows up, and yeah, he does his deal. So when Scorpion shows up, when Hanzo shows up, it's already too late. Everyone's dead, and worst of all, his wife is frozen alive holding their child. So that was like a brave way to go out, but that's terrible. So he goes out there, he kills some of the Lin Kuei guys, he calls out Sub-Zero himself. Sub-Zero comes out, they fight and everything. Of course, Sub-Zero's whole deal is that he wants to kill Hanzo and basically kill off the last of the Shirai Ryu clan, the last of the bloodline and everything. So they fight it out, and what can I say? It's not really fair because fucking Sub-Zero got ice powers and shit, and this guy is just a regular guy, he's a very skilled, ninja warrior or whatever, but he's still a regular guy, So, in the end, Sub-Zero kills him, stabs him to death with his own spear, and leaves. But of course, we still got the baby in the floorboards, so, Hanzo tries to crawl over to get to the baby, but then he just, he dies, and he turns to the fire, and then Raiden shows up, and Raiden rescues the baby because, we were joking that the baby would eventually have suffocated anyways under the floorboards, right? So Raiden rescues the baby and also recovers the spear that Hanzo used in battle, which is, of course, the famous, spear. So anyways, back to modern day. Cole is an MMA fighter. He kind of sucks. He's a jobber. He just gets beat up for money, basically. It's implied he was badass back in the day. Don't know why he sucks now, but, why do we care? So anyways, we got him there, and we got his wife and his kid, and Jax shows up to be, hey, I'm a big fan, whatever. Well, honestly speaking, Jax is there to, check up on them and everything. So, as they're driving, home, they're, I guess, going to McDonald's or something as a kid, had like an ice cream cone and shit. Suddenly it starts snowing and getting cold, so and then it's implied that it's snowing in a month was not supposed to be snowing. So we know that Sub-Zero's in the area. So Sub-Zero starts attacking the family, and basically the family and anyone's there. He's like throwing fucking giant ice blocks at all these innocent people, and Jack shows up in the car or truck or whatever, and you know, kind of like the "come with me if you want to live" moment, and they drive off and everything while Sub-Zero's still chasing them, and he's like explaining real quickly, you know, because they're driving and panicking, of course, that Cole has this dragon marking somewhere, and that Jax also has the same dragon marking, and that these guys are out to kill anyone with the dragon marking, because basically that marking is like representative that you're like you're one of Earth's champions for this big tournament, and right now they're sending guys out to kill anyone with the marking and shit. So you have to watch out because they're gonna come after you and your family, anyone that's around you and all that shit. So Jack stays behind to fight them off, to fight Sub-Zero, and he's like, go to so-and-so address and go to see Sonya Blade. She'll tell you all about it, but you gotta be careful, you know, don't, I guess, stay away from your wife and kid, because as long as you're all together, they will kill them, you know, because you're in the area, you know. So, yeah, Jax goes to fight Sub-Zero, and as you would guess from the trailer, Sub-Zero grabs both of his arms and freezes them and makes him explode into fucking bloody ice cubes, and then kicks his ass down a couple of levels because they were fighting in an empty parking garage. So, you know, Cole goes to his family and he explains he's got to go, you know, he doesn't want to leave them in danger and shit, so he leaves. He goes to see Sonya, and Sonya, of course, attacks him at first, doesn't know who he is. And he's like, hey, whoa, hey, whoa, you know, Jack sent me, you know. And Sonya explains the whole deal with lots of pictures and stuff about Mortal Kombat, and it's been going on for years. And, you know, the whole game plot, of course, that we know by now from the first game, that's been like 10 tournaments. It's been like 9 tournaments that we lost so far. And if we lose this 10th tournament, that's it. Outworld will invade, and that's it for everyone. And there's lots of pictures of different fighters, including Cole when he was, you know, champion and shit like that. And they also got Kano chained up. So apparently, Kano was, I guess, attacking. Like, I guess they were going to find one of the champions. They found Kano, and Kano killed this other champion, whoever that person might have been. And when you kill someone that has a dragon tattoo, now the dragon tattoo goes to you. So now Kano has the dragon tattoo on his body somewhere, so he's chained up with them. And he explains a member of the Black Dragon, and he's an asshole and all that stuff. So his character is pretty good, you know. Like, I thought from the trailer he was going to be like a pretend good guy or something, but nah, they got him as an asshole right off at the start. So, Reptile shows up, starts attacking Cole and Sonya, but of course, Kano's chained up, he can't do shit, and not 100% sure, I know in the games Reptile has poison spit, or acid spit, but here it made it seem like he had acid blood. I think he got cut up a couple of times, and that was the part where blood was like leaking, so Kano took that shot to like melt the chains and break himself free and everything, and then to end the fight in a super epic way, Kano actually did the fucking heart fatality on Reptile, and I was like, holy shit, oh my god, that's so fucking awesome. And that's what's so awesome, this movie has a higher range that allows him to do stuff like that. So anyways, Kano wants to just go, but apparently he knows where Raiden's temple is, and Sonya says that she'll pay him $3,000 or whatever to take him there. I don't know where they're going to get the money, but that's what they're going to do. So Kano, Cole, and Sonya go to Raiden's temple, which is of course out, you know, I don't know, some big desert mountain place or whatever. And when they go there, Liu Kang and Kung Lao are already there, and Raiden's there, and they of course explain a little bit more about Mortal Kombat and the champions and stuff. They show pictures of the original Kung Lao for fans of the game. Of course, he was one of the ones that won the tournaments originally before Goro would win one. And then we have, of course, a picture of Hanzo, which Cole has a reaction to. He has like weird flashbacks to it, because if you guys have not guessed by now, Cole is one of the descendants of Hanzo's family, thanks to that baby surviving, you know. So anyways, let's see what else happens. Oh, they also explained the Arcana, which I guess is like the way to explain the game's special moves. So everyone that has a mark has to learn and train or whatever to release their Arcana. And of course, it's a secret, well not a secret, but it's a surprise. It's like you don't know what's it going to be. So of course in Liu Kang's case, it's fire and fireballs and shit like that. In Kung Lao's case, it's throwing the hat, and he can teleport, he can kind of go through walls and stuff. So it's kind of interesting. And yeah, so we gotta see what these guys can do. So Sonya's not allowed to train with them. She doesn't have the mark. And they find out that Jax was taken there. So they're fixing up Jax, they're giving him metal arms. They apparently got automail there. So Sonya's watching over Jax and everything. And so then we got the bad guys showing up. We got Shang Tsung showing up with Sub-Zero and Melina. And Raiden says he can't fight because, it interferes before the tournament starts. He does like a big lightning thing, and that creates like a big barrier where the bad guys can't do nothing, so well, they just gotta leave. So Shang Tsung is like, I don't give a shit, like I want these guys dead, like we're not gonna have a tournament at all. Our plan is to kill all of Earth's champions before there even is a tournament. Just fucking kill them now, goddammit. So he's got more people there. We've got Cabal now, and we've also got Nitara, which is pretty surprising. I was expecting her to see her, wasn't expecting to see her in the movie. And Cabal, which is pretty cool because, most of these movies know about the classic characters, but they don't know too much about the newer ones. So Cabal, he knows Kano from the Black Dragon, so he knows that Kano's an asshole, so he knows how to talk to him. So that's pretty cool. I like that detail. So anyways, speaking of Kano, Liu Kang and Kung Lao piss off Kano, but on purpose, to the point that he angrily shoots out laser beams from his eye. So that kind of reveals that was his Arcana. But he still can't get Cole's Arcana, so he's a liability, so out you go. So he goes back to his family, even though he kind of shouldn't, but he goes back to his family. So, Cabal talks to Kano and convinces him, which shouldn't be so hard, convinces him to betray everybody else and to, get rid of the force field or whatever. So yeah, so Kano destroys the force field, and now the bad guys can come in. And meanwhile, motherfucking Goro shows up to attack Cole and his family. And of course, Cole's just getting beat up all over the place. I like how the wife is brave and actually has like an axe and chops, like that gets it stuck. I think it was on his side or something, and that's kind of brave, And so now Goro, of course, wants to kill the wife too, and things like that. So they're fighting all over the place at different locations. And I gotta say, one of my favorite parts that's like super awesome is that Nitara flies at Kung Lao, and Kung Lao catches her, and he throws his hat, on the ground, and the hat is spinning, and he actually throws Nitara towards the hat, and just like the game, just like I believe it was Mortal Kombat 9 or so, they do the thing where she gets cut in half by the spinning hat, and I was geeking the fuck out when I saw that, because oh my god, that is so fucking awesome, that is so damn fucking awesome. So, yeah, the people are fighting left and right, blah, 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 blah. And now we have, of course, the moment where Cole unlocks his Arcana, which makes no fucking sense, but whatever. So, his Arcana is this weird, I don't know. It's like what they call in the memes, Aquaman armor. So it's like this weird armor that forms around him that looks kind of like weird ropes or muscle tissue or don't know what the fuck it is. It's like dark too, so you can't really get a real clear shot of what it looks like. And he also manifests a pair of tonfa, and apparently with the armor, now he can withstand hits from Goro and shit, and the tonfa are so strong, he can actually fucking cut his hand off and everything. And again, here we go again. I was like, oh god, because, like for example, just like Alice in the Resident Evil movies, when you play the games, when you see Nemesis, how fucking dangerous he is. He's a fucking inhuman monster. So for most of the game, like Jill Valentine and Chris you're running from him, you're trying to avoid him, you're trying to get some, firepower to shoot him, hit him with a bazooka, whatever the fuck, but he's not someone you can just run up to and attack. You gotta run from him, you gotta maybe blow up some shit and hope that he takes some damage in the explosion, stuff like that, But then in the fucking movie, Alice is fucking attacking him and then beating the shit out of him in fucking hand-to-hand combat. What the fuck is that, Fucking Super Alice. And now here we go again. Girls, this giant-ass Shokan monster with 4 arms that in the other movie Johnny Cage had to outsmart him because ain't no way no regular human can stop him. And now we got Cole here kicking his ass in fucking hand-to-hand combat. And I was like, oh, give me a break. Here we go. With the, super OC main character. Alright, so I guess I don't want to spoil too much of the fights and everything near the end, because of course, that's one of the best parts of the movie. There's so many characters flying around, and so many fatalities, and so many cool things. I really shouldn't spoil too much, but there's another thing I do want to mention is, I think Kano left Sonya covered in like debris and stuff, from lasers and shit. So Jax was trying to save her, and like I said before, Jax had these real small metal robot arms, and they could barely do anything. He was trying to punch a punching bag before, but they're useless and whatever. But I guess now, because now in the moment, oh my God, Sonya, no, he'll try to save her and shit, and he tries to use all his strength and whatever. Out of nowhere, his fucking arm starts to fucking transmutate and shit, and self-upgrade and turn into this big bass motherfucking robot arms and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's his Arcana? It's okay, so what would have been if his Arcana if his arms didn't get destroyed? What the fuck? Were his arms gonna turn into metal anyway? I don't know. Well, what the fuck? But yeah, now Jack's got the big arms like we see in the games, and he rescues Sonya, and he goes to fight against Reiko, which, by the way, Reiko, I don't remember him looking like that in the games. He was a weird character in the movie, but there you go. So anyways, they fight all the bad guys. I'm not going to spoil too much about that. And, the final battle, the real final battle is to go up against Sub-Zero. So Sub-Zero is again attacking the family and trying to attack Cole. He wants to kill them all and everything. But then, suddenly, fucking Scorpion comes back from hell. I never got too clear what, channeled it or whatever, but Scorpion comes through hell and starts to attack, Sub-Zero, and they fight it out and shit. And, they raise a good point, though. I didn't think about it till the end, but this is centuries ago, 16th century Japan, and that baby was not Cole, by the way. That baby grew up to have generations and generations that we would eventually get Cole, but somehow Bihan, Sub-Zero, is the same dude from back then, because even then Scorpion's remember my face, I told you to remember my face, that I will come for you and all that shit. So anyways, whatever. So, they fight it out, super awesome. Of course, Scorpion's got the come over here, thing, or get over here, you know what I mean? And they fight it out, and it's pretty awesome. But again, it's the Cole movie, he has to do something. So, of course, Cole helps Scorpion, fight against Sub-Zero. They both fight and everything, which I kind of understand from a standing, viewpoint. It doesn't make sense to, make a story focus on one character, and then all of a sudden, okay, just kick back and let Scorpion do it. That's kind of, it's like his movie, for better or for worse. So it kind of makes sense that Cole helps Scorpion fight Sub-Zero, in a writing standpoint, but oh god, they just shouldn't have done that. But yeah, to expect Super Cole helps Scorpion defeat Sub-Zero. Shang Tsung is pissed. I'll come back, blah 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 blah. This is not over yet, and all that stuff, and he goes away. And the movie ends with them having to go out to find even more Earth champions. There are more champions out there, and of course the big hint is that they're going to Hollywood to look for Johnny Cage, and we'll see who else they do in the sequels. So, for this movie here, what can I say? Oh my god, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's what can I say? It's just, the movie's such a mixture between so good and so much like bad. Not bad because of bad effects or whatever, but bad because of the fucking OC and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like this one really felt like as close as they could have gotten to a good Mortal Kombat movie. They were so fucking close. They just had to fuck it up with the OC Cole business. Right off the bat, when the movie started, they were saying something about that there will be Earth champions to defend the world or whatever, coming from Hanzo's bloodline. And I'm like, no, not from Hanzo's bloodline. Just make it Earth champions in general, you know? Like make the Sub-Zero and Scorpion thing a cool subplot, but don't make it like around him or whatever, because now, you know, now Cole's like the main character, and I don't know. But like, on the other hand, like on one hand, I don't like anything related to Cole because it's just a waste of time. His Arcana doesn't make any fucking sense. Everyone else got fucking fireballs and the laser eyes and shit, and he got a fucking weird sweater thing with the tonfas, and the sweater somehow can make you resist fucking Shokan punches and shit. So it's stupid. It's just stupid. And like I said before, like I know they want to do the thing where they take a character and let the audience learn about the Mortal Kombat world through that character. That character could have been Liu Kang or Kung Lao or Johnny Cage or whatever. But honestly, it had to be Liu Kang because Liu Kang was the main character. I'm glad that Liu Kang got off the screen time in the movie though. Unfortunately, it was still, same thing. The final battle was still Cole and Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. No Liu Kang there anywhere and stuff like that. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, the Cole thing. But on the other hand, the characters were pretty cool. I like all the characters. Everyone says that Kano was the best one. And yeah, he was. He was pretty much the best one in the movie with his asshole attitude. I also love that we got to see more of him in the first movie. The old 90s movie. Kano's pretty cool too. And ironically, it was thanks to that movie that Kano talked with the Australian accent that thing became a thing in the games. You know what I mean? So that was kind of cool. So, you know, he was cool in the movie, but he was only there for a scene or two before he got killed. So here, we got Kano like for the whole movie and stuff. And we got to see more about him and his attitude and shit. So that's pretty cool. And one of the characters does pass away. One of the good guys does get, you know, taken out in the movie. But I'm not going to spoil which one. But I do feel that even that character got enough scenes and talking and screen time and stuff like that here and there. So he wasn't the character that just came in and got killed. Now, of course, some of the bad guys, you know, whatever. But you know, the real bad guy we all cared about was fucking Sub-Zero. You know that already. So I guess Natara and Reiko and all them were kind of like forgettable. They could always come back in a sequel. But I kind of like that though. The Mortal Kombat games, they have so many characters. You could easily have people like that Insect Woman or Baraka and use them as sacrificial bad guys, you know. So Natara, Melina, they did their job, you know. But we'll see what happens in the sequel. The only thing is that I hope they do the sequel, because this is basically Mortal Kombat 0. Like, the whole thing's about the fucking tournament. The tournament doesn't even happen in this movie. It's all about, you know, it's coming, the big tournament. Oh my god, Outworld is coming, all that shit. You know, I don't care, we'll do whatever it takes to win this tournament. Kill all these Earth people now, but no tournament. You know what I mean? So I really hope they do the tournament for the sequel, and we'll see what happens there. And of course, in the game storyline, all hell breaks loose after the second tournament. So, you know, obviously they're going to do both, and that would be too repetitive for the movies. But you know what I mean. Mortal Kombat 3 and onward, the storyline goes like bonkers. So let's see what happens if they go that far. So anyways, what can I say? My overall consensus, it's, I don't know, I like the movie a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. I just don't like any bullshit related to Cole. He's a waste of time character. He's just there taking up space. You know, bullshit to the weird armor. Bullshit to him helping, like, Scorpion take down. That should have been just Scorpion himself against Sub-Zero, you know? And bullshit him taking down Goro with fucking, you know, hand-to-hand combat and shit. It's just, I don't know. But anything else, though, everything else. Like I said, I was geeking out. Oh my God, the fatalities! They got the Harvard fatality. They got the fatality where you get cut in half with the hat. You got fucking Jax doing the bam fatality, breaking your head in half. Like they did all that shit. I was just like, oh my God, you got fucking Liu Kang doing the bicycle kicks and everything. It's like, oh man. Oh man, so there are a lot of geek out moments like fucking hell in this movie. I feel there were way more geek out moments here than even the original movie. The original movie had cool music and good fight scenes, but here there was just way more references to the game, and it was a lot more fun. It's just Cole, you know, you stay home with your wife and kid, go home and be a family man and all that, and let the real people from the actual game do their thing, right? So anyways guys, Mark Rodriguez here. We'll see you next time for the review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. See you next time.